Welcome to the lecture of pointers and arrays in the C++. So in this lecture we will talk about how can we connect the pointers and arrays so that arrays may act like any pointer and pointers may act like any array. So here you can see on this board we have already declared an array of size 5. So this array will save 5 element of integer type, okay? And we have also declared a pointer with the name p, and its type is integer. So it means that in this pointer we can save the address of any integer type variable, okay? Okay, so when we declare the array of size 5, so you can see here that this array, for example, this array ARR has 5 slots, and each slots can be accessed through array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, array of 3, and array of 4. But remember that here when you assign a number during declaration of any array, so that is known as size, okay? This is now size, okay? And here in this array you can see I have written the indices of the array for each slot. So this is slot number 1 has address 0, index number 0. This is slot number 2 has index 1. This is slot number 3 has index 2. This is slot number 4 and has index 3, and this is slot number 5 and has index 4. So remember that these numbers are known as index or indices, okay? So if you want to access any element inside the array, you just need to write down the name of the array and then square brackets and then the index of that element or that slot of the array. Okay, so if we want to access the first position of the array, so we need to write down the index number 0 along with the name of array. For example, we want to access the first element of the array by mentioning the index number, which is 0. Okay, so it means that we are accessing the first position or first element or first slot in the array. Okay, and we want to initialize it with some integer value because array has declared as the integer type, so we must assign any integer value into the first position. So it means that we are going to initialize the first element, the first slot, with value 10. Okay, so in this way we can initialize other slots of the array as well, okay? Okay, coming to the pointer, that how can we connect this pointer to the array. So before going to explain this p, I want to explain the name of the array, that if you try to print out the ARR, just write down the name of array. So what you will see on the screen, the black screen on the console screen, is the address of first element of the array. So this name will actually print out the address of the first element. So address is actually the address which is reside inside the range. So when you declared an array, so processor reserve the slots, the memory slot inside the RAM. For example, we have 5 slots in the array, so each slot has size 4 bytes, okay, 4 bytes. So it means just assume that every slot here represents the 4 bytes, 4 different bytes, okay? Okay, so for this purpose, the processor will actually reserve 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 slots. These 5 slots will be reserved for the ARR, for the array inside the RAM. Okay, so it means that physically in the RAM, the first slot of the array has address 0 cross A1. The second slot has address 0 cross A2, and the third slot has address 0 cross A3, and so on and so forth. Okay, but here you can see through programming, if we want to access these slots of the array, we need to write down the array name of the array and indices enclosed in the square brackets. Okay, so this is the programming techniques, while this is the physical representation of the reserve slot for an array in the RAM, okay, by the processor. Okay, so this will print actually the address of the array. So it means that actually this ARR returns the reference, the address of the first element. Okay, so in the previous lecture, in my previous lectures, for example, the pointers and pointer to pointers, these are the 2 videos that I have already uploaded. We have seen that if we write down the %, the reference operator before any variable, so that variable actually give us the address. Okay, for example, %, with any variable. Okay, variable. So if you write down the %, with any variable, so this will return the address, and when this return an address, then we can save that address into any pointer. Okay, pointer variable. So in this case, ARR is also return the address of the first slot, okay, so that is physical address. The address actually resides inside the RAM. So what we can do is that we can assign this address into the pointer. Okay, so let's see. P is equal to ARR. So it means that we are assigning the address of the array. Remember, the address of first element of the array into pointer. Okay, so this pointer is now pointing toward the first element of the array, to this one logically, and physically to this one. Okay, so now both ARR and P, which is the pointer and the name of the array, both variables are pointing to the first element of the array. Okay, so it means that ARR is also act like reference variable or address variable through which we can access the elements, and now we fetch the address and save it into the pointer. So pointer is also pointing toward the first element of the array. So now we can control actually array through this pointer. Okay, of course we can use the name of the array and can assign the values into the array, but we can also use now the pointer to assign, to initialize the values and to extract the values from the array. Okay, so if we want to access the first element of the array through P, so the syntax which is write down the name of the pointer and then write down the dereference operator, because pointer has address. Okay, and on that address we have now dereference operator. So it means that we want to save, we want to access or save a value on this address 0 cross A1 address. Okay, so before 20 the value of first position was 10. Okay, so that was actually 10. Here you can see 10. So now it will replace by 20 when we initialize 20 to the pointer through dereference operator. Okay, Now the value is 20 and this is also 20. So it means that through this pointer we can access the first position. But what about the second position of the array? So we can write steric p plus 1. Increment the address inside the p with 1, and that address will be equal to the second slot of the array. Okay, second slot of the array, and we are dereferencing on that address and assign 30. So this statement will assign 30 to the second slot of the array. This is the second slot. Similarly, we can access the third slot, the fourth slot, and the fifth slot. So for the fifth slot, we can write down A, we can write down the dereference operator on p plus 4 is equal to 50. So this statement will assign 50 to p plus 1, p plus 4 address, as we have mentioning the dereference operator, and that is actually this slot. Okay. So in this way we can access the slots of the array using pointer. To access the first element, we just need to write down the pointer. If you want to access the second, so we need to increment it by 1. If you want to access the third, we need to increment it by 2. And similarly, if you want to access the last element, which is the fifth position, so then we need to increment the value of pointer by 4. So this is how we can initialize the values inside the array. So how can we access and print the values of the array on the console screen? So let's see. Okay. We want to print out the first element of the array, Cout. We can print it out by writing the name of the array and index number 0. So this will print the first element, the first value inside the array. Similarly, we can also write down the pointer variable, okay, and dereference that pointer. Okay, so this will print also the first element of the array. So both the position will give us the element, the value inside the first position of the array, which is actually 20 now. Okay, if we want to fetch the second value of the array, so we need to write down the index number 1 and increment p by 1 and then dereference that address. So in this way we will print the second element of the array. Similarly, we can print the third element, we can print the fourth element, and we can print the fifth element by mentioning the index number 4R. You can use the name of the array and index number. You can also use the pointer plus 4 incremented by 4 and dereference that value. So in this way we can print the values inside the array using name of the array or using the pointer. So you can also get the addresses of the each position using name of the array or using the pointer. So how can we get this? Let's see. So as we have seen now that we can use pointer to access the elements of the array, so we will now see how can we use the name of the array as pointer. Here you can see. Okay, so let's see the example. Okay, Cout array. So as we know that this ARR is a reference, okay, it will return the reference, the address of the first element. So we can dereference that address and will actually see the value inside the first slot of the array. Okay, so it actually was, this statement is actually equivalent to this statement, array of index 0 or steric p. So these are the three different methods through which we can access the first element of the array. Okay, so in similar way we can also use the pointer as well. So p is actually mentioning, we have already saved the first address of the, you can see here the first address of the array into pointers. So the first address will so the first address will be dereferenced by the dereference operator. So in this way we can access the element to the element of the first element of the array, or we can use the ARR using index number. Okay, similarly we can access the second element by incrementing the address in the first reference. So if you increment it by 1, so in this way we can access the second element of the array. This will give us access to the second element of the array. So in similar way we can also use the pointer. Here we have already seen it, p plus 1 and array of 1. So all these three methods give us the access to the elements inside the array. Okay, so this is how we can access the values inside the array and print it out on the screen. We can also print out the addresses of each element on the screen. For example, if we want to print out the address of the first element, we can write down ARR. This is the address of the first element. Okay, or we can write down the reference operator and the index 0. This is another way. And there is also third option, by printing the value of a pointer. Okay, so in this way we can actually print out the address of the first element of the array. We can access and print the address of the second element by incrementing this address using 1 and using reference operator with the index 1. We can also print out the address of the second element by incrementing the value of p by 1. So in this way we can print the addresses of each and every element inside the array. Similarly for the third element, for the fourth element, and for the fifth element, we can write down ARR plus 4. This will print out the address of the last element in the array, and reference operator using name of the array with index number 4. This will give us the address of the fourth element, the last element, and p plus 4, which is the index, last index of the array. Through this concept we can access to the addresses of each element in the array. So we have used the name of the array without index. We have used the name of the array with index by writing the reference operator in the prefix, and we have used the pointer variable and increment that pointer variable with the integer so that we may access each and every element in the array. Okay, now let me summarize the whole concept of this pointer and arrays in one slide. So if you write the array of 0, so it means we want to access the first element, the value. Okay, so here we are accessing the first value inside the array. So this is very equivalent if you write down the dereference operator with the pointer. Okay, so this statement is equivalent to the dereference operator and pointer variable. Now if you write to access the second element of the array, this is equivalent to p plus 1. Okay, so either you write the name of the array with index number, or you write down the pointer variable and increment it by 1 and then dereference that value, so you can access, actually you can print out the value or you can initialize a value into the array. Okay, there is another way also to access the first element, which is just writing the name of the array and dereference that address. Okay, through this way you can access to the first element, you can access to the second element by incrementing this by 1 and dereference that. Okay, so these are the three methods through which you can access the elements inside the array. And if you want to access or fetch the addresses of each element, so you can do it by just writing ARR. So this will print the address of the first element, which is equivalent to the p pointer. So this will also fetch the address of the first element. If you want to print out the second element, so just increment it by 1 and p also by 1. So this will give us the address of the second element. This will also give us the address of the second element. Similarly, for third element, increment it by 2 and also increment pointer by 2. So in this way we can access the third element. We have another way to fetch the address is to use the reference operator. So when you use the reference operator, so we need to have some value, some position, and on that value or position we can fetch the address. So write down ARR of 0. So this is a position and this is the reference operator. So through this reference operator we will fetch actually the address of the first position. Now use the reference operator for the second position with index number 1, and for third position have index, and similarly for other position as well. Okay, so this is a very common methods that we can use to access the addresses, to access the values inside the array, using pointers, using only name of the array, and using indices of the array. So this is a short and summary to access the values, and this is to fetch the addresses of each element. So if you have any question regarding the arrays and the pointers, so please ask me in the comments below and I will answer those comments inshallah.